Who doesn't want to have flat abs to fit in whatever they decide to wear without having to hold a breath and suck in their stomach? We all want that, right? Hey, my name is Ken Magana, founder of Link to Fitness Kenya, where we help transform your fitness and your health through personal training and online coaching. And today I'm going to go over 6 quick tips you can start applying now to lose belly fat for good. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to cut down on refined sugars and processed carbs. Refined sugars, such as those found in sweets, juices, and sodas, and processed foods, such as breakfast cereals, white bread, and pasta, are no good for your midsection. But you don't have to eliminate all carbs from your diet. Instead, you only need to replace refined carbs with unprocessed starchy carbs to lose belly fat and to improve your overall health. Tip number 2 is to reduce or eliminate your alcohol intake. I know, you might be getting ready to rebel on this. I've had friends and clients in the past argue that this is the only sin and they should at least be allowed only this one thing because, hey, life is too short. I understand. I'm not saying you should never touch alcohol, but I've got one question for you. Have you ever considered the downside of drinking too much? Some observational studies link heavy alcohol consumption to a high risk of developing central obesity, which is excess fat around your stomach. Drinking alcohol in moderation is okay, but since most people cannot drink in moderation, it is far much easier to cut it out, especially if your goal is to have a lean belly. However, I know most people cannot just cut it out for good, and that is fine. Like I said, you don't need to give it up altogether. But by cutting back on your intake, you can reduce your weight size significantly in a very short period of time. Tip number 3 is to be mindful of your portion sizes. In my years as a personal trainer, I've met so many people who tell me that they don't eat that much, even though their weight gain is out of control. The reason for this is that we underestimate how much we eat and overestimate how much we burn through exercise. Here's the thing. You might think you're not eating a lot, but if you've never taken time to track your food intake, to know exactly how much you eat, then it is difficult to know where you stand. So, being mindful of your food intake is the best and easiest way to track how much food you're eating, whether you need to reduce or to increase it to reach your fat loss goals. And to help you with this, I have a simple portion control guide that you can download by clicking the link in the description below. And tip number 4 is to eat a high protein diet. Protein is a very important nutrient when it comes to losing belly fat and losing weight in general. Eating a high protein diet will keep you full longer, increase your metabolic rate, and it will help you maintain your muscle mass while losing fat. This study here shows people who eat a high protein diet tend to have less abdominal fat than those who are on a low protein diet. And the easiest way to increase your protein intake is to include a good protein source at every meal. Make sure you're including in your diet meat, eggs, fish, legumes, and chicken. Tip number 5 is to start walking. This study here shows that walking is one of the most effective forms of exercise for reducing belly fat. And here's the thing, don't worry about the intensity. What's most important is the duration of your walks and how often you're doing it. And the good thing is, walking is so accessible to almost everybody. So what are you waiting for? Download a step tracking app. Set yourself a goal of hitting at least 5,000 steps per day. Then start tracking your steps today. And finally, tip number 6 is resistance training. Resistance training or weight training is important for building and preserving your muscle mass. Weight training can help you lose belly fat and lose weight in general, and it's most effective when you combine it with aerobic exercise such as walking. You will without a doubt get better and lasting results if you attack your belly fat using several of these tips or all of them. If you carefully look at this list, you will notice that most of these tips are nutrition based, and this is for a reason. Nutrition is the key to long-term fat loss. You can never out-train a bad diet, and here's why. Because it is so easy to reduce your food by 500 calories than to consistently burn 500 calories through exercise. To recap, here are my 6 tips again on how to quickly lose belly fat. Number 1, cut down on refined carbs. Number 2, reduce your alcohol intake. Number 3, eat a high protein diet. Number 4, watch your portion sizes. Number 5, do aerobic exercise. And finally, number 6, start doing weight training. If you found value in this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to download the free portion control guide by clicking the link in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.